Alright guys, welcome back. So I've had a couple video requests as to what y'all wanted to see, and the first one that I chose to do was how to book a load using load board. So that's what we're gonna get into today, guys. So my preference is Truckstop. I have DAT as well, and it's kind of a little bit of a roller coaster. When I first started using it a couple months ago, it seemed like it had a bunch of good partials on it all the time, and lately I really don't even get on DAT anymore, and I'm thinking about honestly canceling it. But Truckstop is really consistent, and it normally has okay loads sometimes. So yeah, let's get into it. So you're just gonna want to open your preferred browser, which that doesn't matter. So now I already have it up, and what you're gonna do is I'll show you guys from the beginning. Is it's gonna bring you to this home screen when it loads. Oh, well, I'm already logged in. So it's a home screen, and then you're going to click and log in, and you're going to either create an account or obviously log in. And then you're going to click on, there'll be a button that says, truck stop load board, or it's something along the lines of load board, but it's simple enough to where I don't need to show you. So, and then you will get to this screen. Now, normally, if you don't have anything up, these two will not be here, but Truckstop was kind of acting weird this morning when I was trying to show setting up a load. So, basically, you'll go and you will click New Search, and then it's going to bring up this box. So, most of this stuff is pretty self-explanatory. Now, you're going to have the origin, that's where you're picking up, and then obviously the destination. Now, you can leave the destination open and say you're in Charlotte, North Carolina, and you leave this empty, and it'll show all the loads in Charlotte, North Carolina going anywhere all over the country. The radius is the deadhead. How far are you willing to go out from that specific origin? Now, obviously, the longer the trip and the longer the hike, the little bit more deadhead you can justify. If you're going on a 200-mile run, you're not going to obviously want to add 200 miles of deadhead. Now, if you're running from coast to coast, well, a little bit of deadhead's going to be okay. So, after that, you fill all this stuff out. You're going to come down here, choose equipment. Now, for hotshot purposes, you are going to do flatbed or step deck, and then you're going to do hotshot, and that is it. Those are the ones that apply to you. Now, if you come down here, really the only one that you're going to want to mess with is the max weight. And you could do any time and stuff, but you're better off just leaving this stuff alone, really just putting your max weight in there. And then you will hit add and close. So now I already have one open because it was giving me a little bit of troubles. So what will happen is it'll end up looking like this. All these things will pop up. Now, everything is organized. You have over here is if they have a bond. Then you have the company name. You have the phone number. You have the specific trailer type that they're looking for, which doesn't mean it's limited to. Okay? See, for example, this one right here from Easy Trans in Columbia going to Miami, it says flatbed or step deck, but now it says it's a partial. Now, if you come down here, it says it's 27 feet long, and it is about roughly 8,500 pounds. Now, as long as they're okay with hotshot, this load will work on a hotshot. As long as they're okay with it, and 9 times out of 10, they're okay with hotshots. Now, once in a while, you will see down here in the special information, it will say no hotshots once in a while, but as long as it doesn't say no hotshots, I've never had them, shoot me down, even if it's listed under flatbed or step deck, because, we're just a smaller flatbed, and, we're providing a service, and, that's what they need done, so there's really no reason for. So, now that we've selected a load that has our interest, per se, this is going to be all the details over here. Now, they have it posted for $900. It's 637 loaded miles, not including your deadhead. That's from pickup to drop-off. Here's the pickup date, which is going to be Monday. Most of the time, they don't fill all this stuff out. Sometimes they don't fill really any of it out. So, it's going to be, they're considering it a partial. Weight, They're saying there's two pieces, 7.5 foot tall, 8 foot wide, 27 length, and then it's gonna have information down here. It's saying that it's 24/7 dispatch. You must have a clean background. Ooh, excuse me. Dimensions, it's two pieces, and there's the length, width, height, and then I don't know why they redid this down here, but anyway. Now, over here is the rate mate. This is the lane averages for the last, it divides it up into different. So within the last 30 days, the lane average for a full trailer going this route was 1378. Then you have market rates down here, and the average paid rate on this lane for a full trailer is $2.22. And then here you have separate outbound market rates, which is the outbound rate for that city, but not for that lane. And this $2.13 in Miami is an absolute lie. Don't go to Florida. So up here you'll have the credit stop. Now if you use a factoring company, this is going to be important to make sure that they are a good company that pays and doesn't bullshit around. You're going to have the phone number, their headquarters, where they're actually located from the brokering. Here's their DOT and their broker MC number. And then, really, guys, the rest of this stuff is kind of self-explanatory. These are just kind of tools inside the loads. Like over here, it shows you trucks to loads, which normally I think these are pretty inaccurate. They normally give you a pretty good idea, but Miami is just, it's for the state. I'm sorry. So I guess it's kind of fair. But Florida's, you can get loads in Florida, but you're going to come out cheap. So anyway, we're not going to call this a load. I just wanted to show you guys. So we're going to go back and now this right here is a load that might be worth me actually calling on. I'm really trying to find something that I can actually call interest about instead of wasting the broker's time. I know it's for learning purposes and all, but well, see, this is a 17,000 pound load and it's got to be fully tarped. And now that's not an awful load, but it's really just something I'm not interested in. So we're going to go back and we're going to keep looking. Well, this is a nice short run on Monday. Sorry, my Wi-Fi is getting a little slow, I guess. Come on. Oh, somebody got it. Well, that one's gone. I was going to call on that one. Sometimes the live feed's a little weird. Like if you've left it alone for a little while, it'll kind of stop. Which I had left the laptop alone for a little bit. See over here, you can see devices connected. Okay, we're gonna probably call on this one just for learning purposes. Well, could be potential. We'll see money wise what they want to give. Oh man, this Wi-Fi. Alright, so it's a forklift. Forklifts are very easy. This is actually not a bad load. I wish I wasn't going to Georgia. I'm not really a fan of Georgia. I might actually go ahead and just book this and find another parcel to go with it. All right, so it's one forklift, 144. I mean, the dimensions really, don't matter. It's only 7,500 pounds, so you're going to know that it's a little bit of a smaller forklift per se. They have weight to them, but they don't take up much. They don't take up much space. So ideally, you're going to want to find something, another parcel to go with it, which really is easy to do. So now you're going to take out your phone, and I'm not going to show that because, well, if you don't know how to use a phone, there's further issues. So I got my phone. You're going to go over here to posting information, and you're going to call this number. That wasn't supposed to happen. Sorry about my bedhead. All right, so 772 675 1164. All right.
Toddy Coast is Mark.
Hey, how are you doing, Mark?
Hey, not bad. How about yourself?
Good, good. I was calling about the Charlotte, North Carolina to Alpharetta, Georgia you guys have available for Monday.
Yeah, it is for a standard flat or a van, if you want to put it in a van, van trailer. It's a forklift, 7,500 pounds, about 12 foot long and less than 8 foot tall.
Okay. Would a Hotshot be okay?
No, they don't have a way of loading Hotshot. It's got to be a standard flatbed.
Standard flatbed?
Yeah, because of their dock height.
All right, well, I appreciate it.
They don't have any way of picking it up. All right, man, I appreciate it.
Hey, I do have mega ramps. Is it a taller forklift or is it a pretty standard low-sitting forklift?
It's one of them warehouse forklifts that's, they can run around inside warehouse sort of low, sits low to the ground.
Okay, well, that ain't going to work, but I appreciate your time.
All right, man, have a good one.
All right, thank you. All right, now that doesn't happen very often. I've picked up plenty of forklifts, and normally they just forklift them on. Unfortunately, that's not the case on this one, so we're going to have to go back to the drawing board. Let's see what else they got. Loads are not that good. It's Friday and holiday week. So, but guys, I don't want to waste another broker's time. I was legitimately interested in that one, but to add a partial to, but it's really hard to make examples right now. But y'all kind of get the idea. Now, if it would have worked out, I would have negotiated a price. Now, he may have not budged $1, or he may have came up. I would have asked probably for $650, and if I had to guess, he probably would have at least came up to $550 or maybe $6. And that's a good paying partial. You find something else for around that rate. You got all weekend to find something, and you go down to Georgia for $800-900, and it's only 250 miles. So now I don't remember if I fully explained all this stuff. Now it's pretty self-explanatory up here. You need to get your phone number, trailer type, which you're not always limited to this trailer type. LTL, that's a partial or less than truckload, and then partial, truckload. Here's the pickup dates. Now sometimes you will see doubles and it's the same load for a different day. They don't have two of them. Like this one that I just called on is a prime example. It's the same load, they just have one forklift, but it's posted for 2 different days because it's not that much of a rush. You got your state, and then this is a big one right here, the distance on the first one. That is your deadhead, like from the city that you punched in. So Greensboro is 89 miles from Charlotte. So that's an important number. And you got your destination, and then this is going to be the same thing. I don't have a city punched in. I clicked anywhere from Charlotte. So if I was going from Charlotte to Philadelphia, and whatever town this was, it would show how far it is from actual Philadelphia. Now, if they have a rate posted, it's going to be right here, kind of like over here, $500, $2 a mile. And then you got your length and width, and then days, D2P is days to pay. That's on average how long they take to pay you if you don't use a factoring company. Now, that's their credit score, which you really just want to stick with A because, well, you don't want to get mixed up in crappy brokers. That's going to be your idea for fuel, which is pretty much never going to be accurate because it has no idea of the gears in your truck, the weight of your equipment, the height, the wind. Don't really pay any mind to that. And then you got your total loaded miles between the actual two cities. And you're going to have to add, if you really want to get down and you're a real stickler on numbers, you got to add your own deadhead on there too, because this may be only a 69 mile, but that's from here to here, not from where you're at and where you're wanting to go if you have other partials. So, I'm trying to think of what else I can show y'all. Now, things do get fancier, like on DAT, they got the tri-haul stuff and some other interesting things. But, so, once, per se, say that went through, he's going to ask for your, MC number, and then you're going to give it to him, and now if you're already set up for him, he'll say, okay, I'm going to send you, the rate confirmation, which I'm going to get ready to show you, and if you haven't worked for them, you're going to have to fill out a carrier packet. Now, let me see if I can show y'all a carrier packet. So we're going to go to Yahoo, my email. Oops. Alright, so you're going to go to your email that you give the broker, and I'm trying to find something for you. This was a load from yesterday that ended up not working out. So, alright, so say that I'm already set up with them and everything. Then they're going to send you the rate confirmation. And it's going to look... Now, they all look different, but they all have the... Oh, here it is. But they all look a little bit different, but it's all the same idea. Now, this is a rate confirmation. And unfortunately, we found out there was no Hotshots after the fact. So it's going to say info and the rate that you were charging. And then down... Oh, wait, no, where am I going? So here's going to be the pickup. And then here's going to be the drop. You're going to have the address, normally get phone numbers, just your basic info that you're going to need. This is nothing too fancy or over the top. So we'll go back and I'll see if I can find you guys a carrier packet. Alright, so if this will load. So over here, we had it printed out and we put all of our info in. And I think I'm going to have to block some of this stuff out. And then you're gonna fill all this stuff out. See, you're going to have your DOT number, your MC number, company name, and then it's going to be a bunch of signatures, your initials, and then signatures, and more. And then this is their stuff. They're also going to want a copy of your W-9, your insurance, and so on and so forth. And then you'll be set up with that company. You don't have to fill another one of these out. So, guys, that's really about sums it up. I hope you guys learned something from this. If you guys have any other further details or more specifics on how to do any of this stuff, just leave a comment down below and I'll answer them. But this is the this is the idea. This is how you do it. It's pretty simple. Sorry for the longer video. I just wanted to get as much stuff as I could get in there. Now, if y'all enjoyed this video and you learned anything or anything above, if you guys could just give me a thumbs up. And if you enjoy these videos, just subscribe and hit the notification button. It helps me out and it goes a long way. And I really do appreciate the 2 seconds it takes. So, but that's going to be it, guys. Thank you for watching.